I've got your reading laid out, everything ready to go, and here we go. The first card that came out for you was grounding, and they're really like implementing that you need to maybe learn some grounding techniques. Going outside's a good one. There are grounding exercises you can do. Normally, any type of black rock or crystal is a good grounding tool. Also, your mother is in this reading, it looks like, especially with the deer and the Queen of Swords here. Normally, the Queen of Swords is somebody that's older, so I'm going to associate that with your mom. And she normally lets what she thinks. She normally will direct you, you know, but she's somebody, the Queen of Swords is somebody that is moral. So she just wants to make sure that you're moral as well and that you're a good person. But here she is keeping her mouth shut. You know what I mean? She's not saying much. But just to let you know, there is a heavy burden on her heart. And also, you are more like a queen of hearts. And a queen of hearts is somebody that's very emotional. And I'm a queen of hearts too in the tarot. That's how I associate myself. And but normally, actually your like emotion is your power. And that is like the hardest thing for people like us to control is our emotions. But she knows that about you. You're like a hedgehog. You know what I mean? Like hedgehogs are great animals. You just have to know how to handle them. What they like, what they don't like, and that's what she wants to do. She wants to make sure she knows how to handle you, and she wants to make sure that things go smoothly for you, and she doesn't want to pressure you into anything at the moment. She's actually trying to be self-aware. And there are things you might have to look at this period in your life, and there's things you might not want to look at. And right now, you also might actually be paralyzed. You might not be in the mood to clean, and you might not be in the mood to like pick up stuff. And that's okay. You don't have to. It will be there later for you to worry about. One thing they did want you to know is that you are safe. Archangel Michael, I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. And also, like over here, this card's connected to this one over here, and this is talking about your mother. So, another thing your mother wants to make sure is that this is behind you and that this type of toxicity doesn't feed off of you anymore. So, your mom is really wanting to help, it looks like in this reading. That she's really might want to take steps to like keep this person away from you. And also, right now, you might have split emotions. Like, part of you might totally dislike that person, and part of you might be still totally like in love with that person, or you still feel loyal to that person. And sometimes you might feel like maybe I was too harsh, maybe I should change my mind. But that's normal. I just want to let you know that that's normal and part of the process. And you might be like feeling, you probably don't even know like what to do, what to say, because you're feeling like so many contradicting emotions and so many intense emotions, and you really are holding back because you don't know what to do with all of that. And what they are saying is, don't look at it. Try not to look at that right now. Just try to use an outlet, like some type of artistic outlet. You need to use that power. That's power. And you need to take that power and put it on some paper, make it into a blanket. You need to do something with that emotion and try not to look at it. You don't need to sit and analyze that at this moment. Because what I think you're stepping into is normally, and we all go through this, we, go through something and then we go through a period of feeling sorry for yourself, okay? And that's what this is. This is gloomiest loom, self-pity, self-destruction, this is talking about nurturing yourself. And I think this go around, it's not going to go that way. I think you're going to catch yourself because here with key lime pie, that's doing something different. You know what I mean? That's trying something different. And so, what I think you're going to do is you're going to be like, okay, this person did some messed up things, but let's look at what I did to make sure that my next relationship or my next friendship, I don't do that. And that's like the gift that you're getting out of this. And though it's falling down and it is being torn down a part of your life, there's a victory because there's something you're going to get out of that that's going to make you a better person, and actually maybe even look at some people around you. I think you've probably already done that. You probably already starting to figure out, you know what, there's some people that I need and there's some people that I don't need. And instead of going into that gloomous, like self-destruction energy, I think you're going to try to keep to keep quiet. I don't think you're going to try to talk to people a lot about this. I think you're going to take it more inside and self-contemplate. And this is also a part of your journey. It's like you felt like you had this momentum moving forward and your life was going, moving forward. And at this moment, it feels like it just like went to a, halting stop, just like an all of a sudden stop where, the car just stops and everything else keeps flying forward and then everything's all over the floor. You know what I'm talking about? But what Spirit is saying is that, and I don't think you're going to go on your journey all by yourself. I just think you're going on this part of your journey by yourself because there's something that you needed to see by yourself to make you grow or to make you a better person. And especially with the Siberian tiger, because there's something here that you wanted, that you could never like get or never attain. And realizing that is like that's crushing. That is, world crushing almost. And you're going to be fighting with those emotions, but this is something that's healthy. This is something that you're integrating, because what's happening is you're upgrading as a person or growing, and growing hurts, but you're becoming a better person. You're doing what's healthy. But it's almost like, see how this guy is so focused on keeping these three pentacles aligned, or balanced. It's almost like this person's been so worried about keeping these three pentacles balanced that they didn't realize that what they needed was going on underneath them. So now that you don't have to worry about all these extra energies, or being responsible for like all these extra energies, now you can focus on what you actually need to focus on. And your family, what they're going to do is they might take like some truths. All right, they might take, your trash. And I'm not saying don't let them do this all the time. This is only like when you really need to look at yourself. And this is huge because this is a huge step of like evolving, especially in the spiritual realm, because the more you heal and the more you look at yourself, the more gifts you get to get in touch with, or the more, access to your spiritual gifts that you get. And your family is going to put like your trash on the table. And if it's not your trash, it's their trash. Everybody's trash needs to be put on the table so everybody can look at it and fix it. Because if people don't know what's wrong, or they don't, or they refuse to look at what's wrong, nobody can fix anything. And I believe the situation with Riley going on, I pulled this card with the situation with Riley. If you ever need a friend, don't look to a stranger. In the end, I'll always be there. And I also pulled a song because this situation with you guys is bothering me too, because that's such a special situation and such a rare situation that, I wouldn't want anything happening to it. And that's exactly what I was thinking before. Like I hit the song to get an idea of what this reading was going to be about. And the Diva song came on from The Fifth Element, which, you guys, I don't know if you've seen The Fifth Element, but they travel to a different planet to see this alien perform and she's from a different galaxy because she's so special. So I believe, like, if I'm aware about how special your relationship is and you're aware, I believe Riley is too. And I think that she got overwhelmed and just needs to go through a certain period on her own. You know, it's almost like you guys just took different paths for a moment, like in a different circle, and then that circle meets back up. You know, she had to go through something on her own for a moment, and you have to go through something on your own for a moment. But when you both meet back up in the circle, you know, at the other end, you're going to appreciate each other more, and you're going to both be upgrades of, you know,